and today we're going to be making dumplings.
But before we get there, let's start off with where did dumplings actually come from. There was once a man named Zhang Jun who had invented dumplings after returning to his village during the winter. He saw that many of his people were suffering from frostbite, particularly around their ears. To solve this problem, Zhang cooked and folded dumplings to look like little ears, then boiled them and handed them down to the villagers. Whether or not it had cured frostbite, everyone had loved the taste of Zhang's new dish that dumplings continued to be made long after winter. And now we can begin cooking.
So let's go over the ingredients that you will need to cook these dumplings. So you will need ginger, ground pork, cabbage, spring onions, garlic, wonton wrappers, soy sauce, sesame oil, egg, and salt. So first let's start off with the cabbage. For this recipe we're going to need shredded cabbage, and so we can start off by cutting it in half. If you are a beginner, please curl your fingers and don't leave them sticking out like me. Once you have successfully cut the cabbage in half, cut those pieces in half as well and try to get the shredded cabbage to those little pieces. I'm now going to pass my half cabbages to my sous chef with me today, who is going to help me prepare the cabbage. Once you have gotten a little piece like this, you can start by shredding the cabbage and try to make sure that you are keeping your fingers curled up when doing the process. So for this recipe, we actually are going to need 5 cups of cabbage. That's 4 cups plus another cup, and all you're going to do is just put that into a bowl. Make sure that you get all the cabbage into the bowl so that you can get as much cabbage as you can and get your money's worth. Once you've done that, add a little tablespoon of salt, which you then can start to mix the bowl, and what it will do is that the salt will actually take out the water from the cabbage, will leave you with a less soggy dish at the end. We're then going to move on to the spring onion, and all you want to do is just line them up and cut the roots of them and throw them away. You then want to cut thinly sliced pieces of it, and an easy way to do this is line them up close to the top of the spring onion and you just slice them. Make sure that your fingers are curled once again. And there you have a beautiful color of spring onion in a pile. Then all you want to do is just scrape all of that spring onion into the same bowl with the cabbage and the salt. We then move on to the garlic, and for this recipe you're going to need 4 cloves, and you can start off by using the knife and hitting them onto the chopping board. All this is going to do is it's going to make it easier for you to peel out the skin and remove it from the garlic and leave you with a clean looking garlic just like that. Once you've done that for all 4, you can start up mincing the garlic, which is what we need, and you can cut it in any particular way that you want. I chose to do this way because I was scared of cutting my fingers. And all you're going to do is just add all that minced garlic into the same bowl as everything else. We then move on to the ginger.
I think you're supposed to peel the ginger.
So before doing anything, we're going to peel the ginger, and my ginger had these weird looking arms on them. So I decided to cut them out to make it easier for me to peel. So how you're going to peel the ginger is like any other fruit. You're going to take a knife and you're going to thinly slice the skin of the ginger in a downwards motion. With now the clean, skin-removed ginger, you can now slice the pieces into little slices, similar to the motion of cutting the spring onion as before. Once you've gotten how much you think a tablespoon is worth, all you're going to do is you're going to take all the slices, and a neat little trick into cutting them into thinner slices is that you pile them on top of each other and you cut from there. At the end of doing all of this, you should get thinly sliced, rectangular, ginger-looking shapes, which is exactly what we want. And again, put that all into the bowl. Take the egg and crack it into a bowl so that you are able to beat it later. If any eggshells do fall in, take them out. Start to beat the egg and make sure that it is runny and is not sticking to your fork at the end. Once you're satisfied, you can set away the egg and we can move on to the ground pork. All we're going to do is we're going to take the ground pork and put it all into the same bowl as everything else. You then want to add 4 tablespoons of soy sauce and make sure that you get it all around, and then add 3 tablespoons of sesame oil and make sure you do the same thing. After doing so, you can start to mix up the bowl until it looks well mixed before adding any of the egg. Pour in the egg and continue to mix the bowl until it is very well mixed. Once it is well mixed and you are satisfied, you can then start to get out the wonton wrappers and set up a station like so. You will need a plate, a bowl of water, wonton wrappers, and the bowl of mixed ingredients. Take a slice of wonton wrapper and take a tablespoon of filling. Make sure that it is enough filling, but however not too much or not too little. Make sure that it is just right so that it can be a full dumpling. Then place your finger into the water bowl and outline the outer edges of the wonton wrapper. This will make it so that you are able to fold the wrapper and that it sticks to each other, making it so that the dumpling holds together. For the wonton wrapper, you want to make sure that you fold it diagonally and you don't fully close it, so that you are able to fold one side of the wrapper that is open. And just place it onto the plate when you're happy. Transfer the dumplings into a steamer where you will steam them for around 15 to 20 minutes. After they have finished steaming, you can then plate them however you like. So I then gave them a try and they weren't that bad. I would definitely recommend this as a snack that you can have every once in a while. However, I did feel that it was a little bit too salty, and next time I would add less salt into the cabbage when making the dumplings.